Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone for our Saturday evening Bhakti Raksha program. So thank you for joining. We'll start with Kirtan and then we'll continue our discussion on chapter 11 of Bhagavad Gita today. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Hare Krishna. Okay, once again, welcome everyone for our Saturday evening Bhakti Raksha program. Our series on Bhagavad Gita, one chapter a day. So, today we are going to cover chapter 11th of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, last time we discussed chapter 10 of Bhagavad Gita, which is Vibhuti Yoga, the opulences of the Supreme. Okay, and the acronym which we used for chapter 10 was, who will like to say it? Say again? C. S-E-E. Okay, so that was our acronym for chapter 10th of Bhagavad Gita. S is source of everything. E is essence of Bhagavad Gita. And the next E is everywhere. Seeing the Lord everywhere. Okay, through his different vibhutis. So, that was chapter 10 of Bhagavad Gita, where Lord Krishna told about his different vibhutis, how he can be seen everywhere in different forms. So now we are moving into chapter 11th of Bhagavad Gita, which is the universal form Darshan Yoga, Virat Rupa. Okay, seeing the universal form of the Lord. And the acronym which we are going to use for this chapter is Rupa, R-U-P-A. Okay, like the title of the chapter is Virat Rupa. So that Rupa is going to be the acronym for this chapter to understand the flow of this chapter. Now, how the flow of this chapter goes is, in the first set of verses, Lord Krishna is asked by Arjuna. He is requested by Arjuna. So R is request of Arjuna to show his universal form. Okay, so Arjuna is going to say that I have understood, I have seen you in front of me, but I want to see how you enter into this cosmic manifestation. I want to see that universal form. So request by Arjuna. And then text 5 to 34 is the universal form vision. Krishna is showing the universal form, and it is described by Krishna himself. In first set of verses, Krishna will himself describe his universal form. Then Sanjay is describing the universal form to Dhritarashtra, and then Arjuna is describing the universal form, what he is seeing in front of him. Okay, so 5 to 34 is the description of this universal form. And then P stands for prayers. After seeing the universal form of the Lord, Arjuna will offer prayers to Krishna. Okay, 35 to 46, Arjuna will offer prayers in different way. He is glorifying Krishna, that you are the creator, you are the maintainer, you are everything. And then paying obeisances. Arjuna will pay obeisances to Krishna. I pay obeisances to this universal form, which is present everywhere, which is including everything. And then also Arjuna is asking for apology, that I was taking you lightly, I was not taking you very seriously. I thought you are my friend, we are sitting together, we are eating together, we are joking together. So I have called you by the name Janardana, this, that, and I was not aware of your greatness. So please forgive me for that. And then Arjuna's request to Krishna, that this universal form is making me fearful. Please take away this darshan, this vision, and please manifest your four-handed Vishnu form, and then please manifest your beautiful Tribhanga form of Krishna, two-handed form. So Arjuna's request to Krishna. And then after that, Krishna will show his four-handed Narayan form and then two-handed Krishna form, and that is A, the armed forces, armed form. Okay, first four-handed form, four-armed form, and then two-armed form. Krishna will display that to Arjuna. So that is 47 to 55, and ending with Krishna telling that you are able to see this form, this universal form of mine, because it can be seen only by devotional service. And now Krishna's final instruction also, that you work for me. Okay. So this is the overall flow of chapter 11th of Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Understand the acronym as Rupa, R-U-P-A, like Virat, Rupa. Okay. So now, first of all, Arjuna has requested Krishna, please show me your universal form. And Arjuna is not challenging, oh, if you are God, then show yourself to me, then I will believe you are God. Generally, some atheist people, they have this mentality, or they want to challenge God. If God is there, let God come in front of me and show himself to me, then I will believe in existence of God. Okay. So we cannot challenge God to show himself to us. God is not our order carrier. We cannot argue, we cannot challenge God to show himself to him, to prove himself to us. But how Arjuna is addressing? Arjuna is saying, I want to see your universal form. If you see me fit, then please show your universal form to me. Okay, it's not that God has to prove his qualification, it's we who have to prove our qualification to God, that are we eligible to witness your form or not. So this is very instructive what Arjuna is saying here. If you see me fit, if you see me qualified, please show yourself to me, your universal form to me. Okay, so we have to gain that qualification. We have to earn that eligibility to be able to see the Supreme Lord. And after Krishna tells Arjuna that, okay, you are very dear to me, I will manifest my universal form to me, in which you will be able to see everything, but you are not able to see me with your material eyes, with your material vision. So I will grant you special vision so that you can see my universal form. Okay, so Krishna tells Arjuna, Divyam dadhamim te chakshu pashya me yogmeshwaram. Okay, so what is Krishna telling? Divyam dadhami te chakshu. I will give you the divine vision. And with that divine vision, then you will be able to see me as the Yogeshwara. Pashya me yogameshwaram. So only if Krishna grants his mercy upon us, then we are able to see Krishna. Otherwise we have no eligibility to see Krishna. And why Arjuna wanted to see Krishna's universal form? Is it because he doesn't have a faith? He will believe in Krishna only if he will show his universal form? So what was Arjuna's reason for seeing the universal form? Number one, to drive away any doubts that Krishna is God. Not for himself, but for the future generations to come. In the future, if somebody claims, if somebody doubts, oh, was Krishna really the Supreme Lord? To drive away any such doubts, Arjuna is asking Krishna, please manifest your universal form, so that people in the coming days, in the coming time, in future, they will accept you as the Supreme Lord. And also, Arjuna wanted to set a test for the future. Because in future, in the Kali Yuga, many so-called people will come who will claim themselves to be God. So a test for them, okay, if you claim you are God, then can you manifest your universal form? Can you show your universal form to us? Because in Kali Yuga, there will be so many Babas, so many Ammas who will come and say, we are incarnation of the Supreme Lord. Many people claim, right? They are the 10th incarnation. They are the Kalki avatar, already have manifested. So many such rascals will come who will claim themselves to be God. And we cannot just believe anybody, Tom, Dick and Harry coming and claiming, oh, I am God. What is the proof? Can you manifest your universal form? Krishna manifested his universal form in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Can you display your universal form? Because in Kali Yuga, anybody will come and claim to be God. And so many innocent people, they just accept them. It is like somebody is coming and selling you rusted iron, telling it to be gold. Okay, so somebody comes with rusted iron and tells, see, this is gold. And I am giving you this gold in the price of silver. And some innocent person, foolish person, may get into these sweet talks and think, oh, this person is selling me gold on the price of silver. It's a wonderful deal. I should accept it. But that foolish person doesn't understand, oh, this is rusted iron and he's selling me in the price of silver. Actually, he's cheating me. So the foolish people, ignorant people, they get cheated by so-called who claim themselves to be God. So Arjuna wanted to set a criteria that nobody should come and start cheating innocent people, and we should be intelligent enough to ask for the proof. Okay, and somebody may say, okay, you claim Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to be God, to be Krishna himself. Did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu show his universal form? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu manifested many other forms. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu manifested himself in the form of Narsinghadev, in the form of Varahadev. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed his Shadbhuja form in the form of Krishna, Lord Ram and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu together. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu manifested many other symptoms. And that's why we accept Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the incarnation of Krishna, as the form of Krishna. So there has to be a criteria. So we should not accept anybody or everybody. That was the reason why Arjuna is asking Krishna, please manifest your universal form. I want to see how you enter into this cosmic manifestation. So Krishna is telling Arjuna, now withhold my form, which is spread everywhere. All the Adityas, all the Vasus, all the Rudras are manifested in that form. So in that way, Krishna displayed, Krishna himself is speaking about his universal form, and Sanjay is narrating it to Dhritarashtra. Sanjay is telling about the universal form to Dhritarashtra, because Sanjay was also able to see that with the mercy of Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva had given the special vision, like Krishna granted that Divya Chakshu to Arjuna for him to be able to withhold that universal form. Same way Vyasadeva had manifested or has granted Divya Chakshu to Sanjay. So even though he is sitting in the palace, he is able to see far away what is happening in Kurukshetra. So Sanjay is also talking about this universal form to Dhritarashtra, telling him, after hearing Krishna's request, Arjuna's request, Krishna displayed his universal form, which is spread everywhere. There are so many thousands of mouths spread everywhere, thousands of arms, thousands of legs spread everywhere. And then Arjuna himself also described the universal form of Krishna. Okay, so vision of this universe. And also Arjuna described what is the effect on the universe happening by seeing this universal form. He is saying all these different Devi Devatas, the head of Devi Devatas, they are coming and paying obeisances unto your universal form. And some of these Devatas, they are becoming very scared, very afraid of seeing your universal form. And all these Devatas are coming and entering into your form. And so there is not too much to discuss about all these different verses. You should be able to read this, what is described. I'm going to speak on some of the main important points only. Okay, so Arjuna saw the vision of the universal form, which is thousands of arms, thousands of legs, thousands of bellies. All these different forms are seen within the form of Krishna. And the whole universe is becoming fully effulgent, and all the demigods are entering into the body of Krishna. And seeing this, Arjuna, his hair are standing on him and his body is trembling. And he is seeing the vision of the battlefield also. So Arjuna saw this whole vision of the battlefield, that all these different people who are assembled in the battlefield, they are all rushing into the mouth of Krishna. And some of them being stuck between the teeth of this universal form, like a chana stuck between the teeth. So all these people are being devoured by the universal form. All these great warriors, the Maharathis, along with their chariots, are entering inside the mouth of the universal form. And Arjuna, seeing all this, Arjuna is becoming afraid. And Arjuna is saying, please tell me who you are. I have never seen this form before. Who are you? And in that way, Arjuna had this vision of the universal form. And when Arjuna asked Krishna, who are you? I have never witnessed such a form. And then Krishna replies, text 32. Okay, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, time I am, the great destroyer of the worlds. And I have come here to destroy all people, with the exception of you, the Pandavas. All the soldiers here on both sides will be slain. So when Arjuna saw this vision, all the warriors entering into the mouth of this universal form, so Krishna is saying, time I am, the great destroyer of the world. In journey we say, right? Time destroys everything and time heals everything. ये समय सब घाव भर देता है. So with time everything gets destroyed. And with time we forget our miseries also, we forget our pains also. Whatever some wound you may have got in your childhood, some other problem you have gone through maybe in your childhood, we do not remember those now. Because with time the wound heals. And with the time everything gets destroyed also. We see such big buildings. After 50 years, 100 years, all these buildings will dwindle. Okay, our bodies, right now, somebody may have a healthy, strong body. With the time, these bodies also dwindle. The beauty fades away. Nothing remains same with passage of time. So Krishna says, time I am, the great destroyer of the worlds. And then Krishna says, Tasmat tvam uttishta yasho labhasva jitva shatrum bhunksva rajyam samudham mayavite nihata puravam eva nimitta matra bhava swaya sachi. So Krishna says, Tasmat tvam uttishta. Now get up. Prepare to fight and win glory. Yasho labhasva. So you should fight, you should get ready to fight and win the glory. Conquer your enemies and enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They have already been put to death by me actually. So you just become an instrument in the fight and you claim the glory of this victory. So as time, I have already destroyed everything. Because Arjuna already saw all these warriors entering into the mouth of Krishna. Krishna is saying, they are already put to death by me. All you have to do is take the arrow and shoot. And I am the one who is going to kill with that arrow. You just become an instrument. You just do your part. And then Krishna says this All these warriors, Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna, and all these other great warriors have already been destroyed by me. So therefore kill them and do not be disturbed. Simply fight and you will be able to vanquish your enemies in the battle. Because Arjuna was disturbed in the beginning, right? In first chapter we know Arjuna was disturbed seeing all these different friends and relatives and his teachers and grandfather in front of him ready to fight. And Arjuna gave this reason that how can I attack my grandfather Bhishma? How can I attack on my teacher Drona? They are worthy of my respect. So Krishna is now telling that all these people have already been killed by me. So you do not become disturbed that you will be killing them. You just become an instrument. So Krishna explained to Arjuna that this form, the universal form, is in the form of time. And after Krishna's answer, Arjuna becomes very pacified. Okay, he says, now he starts glorifying Krishna. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You are everything. You are the creator. You are the maintainer. So in that way, Arjuna starts to offer his prayers. First section of his prayers is glorification. He is glorifying Krishna. And then he says, I am paying my obeisances unto you again and again. So paying obeisances. And as I said earlier, next Arjuna apologizes to Krishna. That I have treated you very casually. I thought you are my friend. We were sitting together on the bed and joking and laughing. We used to eat together. I used to call you, oh Madhava, oh Keshava. So I have done so much offenses towards you. You are the Supreme Lord. So he asked for forgiveness for his conduct, his behavior. Okay, so this is a lesson for us how we should pray to Krishna. Generally we talk about this topic, prayers, the art of praying. Okay, prayer simply does not mean we just go in front of the Lord, in front of the deity, we fold our hands and then we are just begging. Please give me this, please give me this, please give me this. That is our prayer generally. Right? Most of the people, that's how they pray. For them, prayer means just ask, ask, ask. Give me this, give me this, give me this, give me this. Putra dehi, dhanam dehi, job dehi. So just give, give, give. And we consider the Supreme Lord just as our servant. We think he is very powerful. I should tell him what I want and he should be able to use his power and give me everything. But there are different elements of prayer. The art of praying. If we read any prayers offered by the devotees in Bhagavatam, from 1st canto till 12th canto, there are so many prayers by different devotees. Okay? In 1st canto, we hear the prayers of Kunti Devi. We hear the prayers of Bhishma Pitama. Then prayers of Brahma. Prayers of Kardama Muni. Prayers of Dhruva Maharaj. Prayers of Prahlad Maharaj. So throughout in the pages of Bhagavatam, we read so many prayers offered by the devotees. And there are some elements which are common in these prayers. It starts with glorification of the Supreme Lord. We should be glorifying the Supreme Lord. That you are everything. You are my sustainer. You are my maintainer. Paying our obeisances to the Supreme Lord. And then showing our gratitude. Okay, that is the next element of offering prayers. Showing our gratitude. That I am very grateful to you for providing everything to me. Whatever I have is because of your mercy. Whatever I am, that is because of your mercy. Because as Krishna is telling Arjuna, you just become an instrument. Nimitta matra bhava savaya sachi. You become an instrument. So same way, we also need to just become an instrument. Ultimately, Krishna is making us do everything. Okay, there is a famous bhajan we sing. करते हो तुम कन्हैया मेरा नाम हो रहा है आपकी कृपा से मेरा सब काम हो रहा है. All my work is getting done because of your mercy. you are the doer, you are doing everything, and I am getting the name as if it is done by me. That is the prayer of a devotee. We are showing our gratitude to Krishna for whatever he has given to us. And then if we really want to ask also for something, you can do that also. That is the last element of our prayers is as request. Showing, kind of expressing our desire in front of Krishna. Krishna, I need this thing. Can you please help me? So as a child may go to a father and say, Dad, I want a new bag. I want new clothes. So the child may go in front of the father. Even father knows everything, what is the need of the child. And father will provide everything to the child. But sometimes the child may go and express his desire also. So there is nothing wrong in that loving relation. So same way as being the children of Krishna, we can go to Krishna and we can ask Krishna, I need this thing, I want this thing, please. But there is no need actually. Krishna already knows what is our need, what is best for us, and Krishna provides what is best for us. Krishna may not always give us what we want, but Krishna provides what we really need, what is really best for us. So here, Arjuna is also offering his prayers, starting with glorification, paying obeisances to Krishna, apologizing to Krishna for his earlier behavior, and now Arjuna is requesting. What is Arjuna's request? Arjuna, after seeing this universal form of Krishna, which is in one sense very ghastly form, that all these warriors are entering and getting destroyed, getting killed, stuck in between the teeth of this universal form, he is trembling with fear. And he tells Krishna, I am becoming very disturbed seeing this form actually. Please withhold this form and manifest your four-handed Narayan form in front of me. I want to see that form of yours. See, only Krishna can manifest his Narayan form also. Because Krishna's form as a two-handed Tribhanga form of Krishna, as a Shyama Sundar, that is the highest form. And Krishna can manifest his Narayan form. Even Narayana wants to see that two-handed beautiful form of Krishna. There is a story in Mahabharata where even Narayana wanted to take darshan of Krishna. So he made some arrangement that Krishna will come to him to give his darshan. And how did it happen? So in Mathura, there was a Brahmana, and the son of Brahmana, as soon as he is taking birth, is dying. And this Brahmana approached Ugrasena's assembly as being the king of Mathura. He approached and blamed on Ugrasena, because you are not doing something right, because you are doing something wrong, you are not following all the rules and conduct. Because of your mistake, we as a citizen, we as a Brahmana are suffering the consequence. Because of some of your misdeed, my son is being dead. And Krishna is there in that assembly. Krishna is standing there. And Arjuna happened to be there that time with Krishna. And hearing this, Arjuna becomes very angry. You are coming and blaspheming and blaming it on the king. And he said, I am a great warrior, I am a Kshatriya, I will see who comes and take away your son. I will not let Yamaraj, the Yamadutas, to come and take the child. I will stand guard in front of your house. So Arjuna take a vow. If I am not able to protect your son, I will enter into fire. See, Arjuna being as a Kshatriya, sometimes Kshatriya blood is boiling, right? They make such promises. Like Arjuna made a promise in Kurukshetra war also. If I am not able to kill Jayadratha by sunset, I will enter into fire. So same with that time, Arjuna took this vow. I will protect your son. I will see how even Yamaraj, Yamadutas come to take away your son. I will stand guard with my bow and arrow and I will protect. If I am not able to protect, I will give up my life. So Arjuna was standing guard. all night. The Brahmana's wife is about to give birth, and Arjuna is standing guard outside. I will not even let the Yamaraj to come. And after some time, this Brahmana comes crying outside, "Alas, alas, my son is dead." And Arjuna is fully perplexed. And Brahmana is saying, "You are not able to fulfill your promise. You are not able to fulfill your vow." And Arjuna is now ready to enter into fire. And at that time, Krishna says, "Hold on. Okay? Don't make this mistake. I know where the child is. We will go and bring the child back." So Krishna, he took Arjuna with him. And where did they go? They go to see Lord Narayana. So this was whole arranged by Lord Narayana. He was taking away these children of Brahmana. And when Lord Krishna with Arjuna, he went, gave audience to Lord Narayana. Narayana said, "I have been desiring to see you, to take your darshan." So the point here which I was trying to make, the form of Krishna is superior to even the Narayana form. Even Lord Narayana, he want to take darshan of in the form of Krishna, as a two-handed form of Krishna. Because Narayana also comes from Krishna. But he also desires to withhold this two-handed beautiful Tribhanga form of Krishna. So Arjuna requested, "Please show me your Narayana form. And ultimately, I want to see back that same two-handed beautiful form of you holding the flute in the two hands, beautiful ornaments and wearing the nice garland." So Krishna manifested that form in front of Arjuna. First the Narayana form and then switching into the two-handed beautiful Krishna form. And Krishna is telling, "Why I am fulfilling your desire, why I am showing you this form? Because you are my dear devotee. Only because of devotion somebody can see me in this particular form, in this beautiful form." Bhaktya tvaya ananya shakya ahameva vidhon Arjuna gyatum drashtum cha tatvena praveshtum cha parantapah. So my dear Arjuna, only by undivided devotional service. Bhaktya tu ananya. Only by ananya bhakti, undivided devotion, can I be understood. So we can understand Krishna only by devotional service, not by any other process, not by karma yoga, not by jnana yoga, not by dhyana yoga. Only if we want to understand Krishna in full, tattvataha, that is possible only by devotional service. Bhaktya, ananya bhakti. So Krishna himself is telling this to Arjuna, I could be understood in this form, the way I am standing in front of you, only by ananya bhakti. And thus, you are able to see me directly. Only in this way, by ananya bhakti, you can enter into the mysteries of my understanding. And now, as you have seen me face to face, you have understood me. What you should do now? What are we supposed to do for Krishna? So Krishna says, Mat karma krit mat paramo mat bhakta sangavarjitaha nirvaira sarva bhuteshu yah samam iti pandava. That is the ultimate instruction of Krishna in this chapter. What Krishna is saying, mat karma krit. My dear Arjuna, one who engages in my work, understanding me as the Supreme Lord, engaging in my pure devotional service, free from the contamination of fruitive activities and mental speculation. Mad bhakta sangavarjita, without being influenced by the fruitive activities and mental speculation. Nirvaira sarva bhuteshu, without having any enmity towards any living entity, means being friendly to everyone. Yah samam iti pandava, he certainly comes to me. So if we really want to understand Krishna, if we really want to develop our love for Krishna, Then what we should do? Engaging in pure devotional service. Working for Krishna. Okay, just remember this one. If you don't remember anything else, remember this first section. Mat karma krit. Work for me. Okay, so that is in one sense Krishna's instruction. Work for me. Be my instrument. So what is the work we can do for Krishna? What can we do for Krishna? What is considered as a service for Krishna? We chant the holy name, we do our japa. That is also working for Krishna. That is service for Krishna. Okay, when we chant the holy name, it not only purifies ourselves, it purifies everybody, all the surroundings. Even any insects around, if they hear the holy name, they also get benefit. Any plants, trees, creeper, they hear the holy name, they also get benefit. So chanting the holy name also is a service. Hearing Krishna Katha, that is service. We offer bhoga to the Lord, that is service. Mat karma krit. And ultimately, sharing this knowledge with others, that is working for Krishna. And in the 18th chapter, the final instruction or the final words which Krishna says is, somebody who shares this knowledge with others, who distributes this knowledge to others, is most dear to me. So how we can work for Krishna? By giving this knowledge to others, by sharing this knowledge with others. We are ourselves practicing this. We should ourselves read this. We should ourselves understand this message of Krishna, and then we should give it to others also. Connect others also with Krishna. Mat karma krit. Okay, work for me. There are two categories of devotees, two categories of transcendentalists. Bhajananandi and Ghoshtinandi. Bhajananandi means bhajan anand. Unko bhajan mein anand aata hai. They get joy in doing their own bhajan. Okay, so nothing wrong with that also. That is very glorious actually if somebody is feeling happiness in doing bhajan. But they are interested in their own liberation. They are interested only in their own benefit. And Ghoshtinandi is somebody who goes and associate with others, give this knowledge to others. He is not interested in his own salvation, in his own liberation, but he is interested in delivering the other people also, connecting other people also with Krishna. So in one sense, both are good. Ghoshtinandi does not mean somebody just goes and preaches to others, give talk to others only, and he himself is not following his sadhana, doing his own sadhana. No, one has to do his own sadhana, his own bhajan also, and then share this knowledge with others. So what we can do for Krishna is sharing this knowledge with others, connecting other people also Krishna, inviting other people also to come and hear about Krishna, glorify Krishna, chant the names of Krishna. Yeah, and somebody may say, oh, I am not as much knowledgeable, I am not as much of a public speaking person. I cannot convince somebody, I cannot share this knowledge. It's not about ourselves giving lectures, ourselves talking to somebody and trying to explain everything to others. We can simply become an instrument and invite somebody. We are having this program, please come. Join us in this program. Please come to temple, we are having wonderful program. Every Sunday there is a Sunday feast program where Bhagavad Gita lecture is happening. Please come to the temple, take darshan of the Lord. Tomorrow there is festival. Please come participate in this wonderful joyous festival. So just inviting others, sharing the information, that is also working for Krishna. It's not that we have to sit on Vyasasana and everybody has to just be a speaker only. If we can speak, if we can explain to others, wonderful. Okay, share this knowledge with others, share your experiences, share your realizations with others, how this process has benefited you. But at least the minimum, bare minimum what we can do is invite them. Okay, what is it taking? Is it costing you anything? Okay, gifting Bhagavad Gita to somebody. So that is the way we can work for Krishna, be Krishna's instrument. Mat karma krit. So that is the overall what Krishna is explaining in this chapter, Krishna's universal form. And two very prominent instructions which Krishna has given in this chapter is, Krishna says, Nimitta matra bhava svaya sachi. Okay, just become an instrument. And second thing Krishna is saying in the last verse is, Mat karma krit. Work for me. So if we can just take these two instructions from this chapter as a practical application and apply that in our lives, then we can get more and more closer to Krishna. See, people talk about Bhagavad Gita, and some people have come up with this 10 bullet points as a summary of Bhagavad Gita. I don't know how many of you have seen as 10 bullet points as summary of Gita. Okay, what is there in that? जो हुआ अच्छा हुआ, जो हो रहा है अच्छा हो रहा है, जो होगा वो अच्छा होगा, तुम्हारा क्या गया, तुम क्यों रोते हो, तुम क्या लाए थे, तुमने क्या खो दिया, तुमने क्या पैदा किया जो नष्ट हो गया, तुमने जो लिया यहीं से लिया, जो दिया यहीं पर दिया, जो आज तुम्हारा है कल किसी और का था, कल किसी और का होगा. So like that people have just put these 10 statements there and they call it as the summary of Bhagavad Gita. Now I don't know from where they got this. Okay, exactly to which particular verses are they relating these statements. Yes, some of these statements may be as an implied instruction, implied statements from Bhagavad Gita, but not everything is as direct instructions from Krishna as instructed by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. Some of these are just pure concoctions. To me it appears like in Bible there are 10 commandments. So somebody want to make a copy. Oh, we should have 10 commandments and we want to have simplification. We want to write some statements. And based on their own concoction, they came up with such statements. जो हुआ वो अच्छा हुआ, जो हो रहा है अच्छा हो रहा है, जो होगा वो अच्छा होगा. Is this really what Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita? Everything is good. Don't worry about anything. If everything is happening, if whatever happened was good, whatever happening is good, whatever happened will be good, why Krishna has to speak this Bhagavad Gita? Pandavas were sent to exile for 12 years. Jo hua acha hua. Draupadi was tried to be stripped naked. Jo hua acha hua. So if everything was happening good, oh why? What is the need of this war? Or even if this war is happening, whatever is happening good. So why Krishna had to speak this Bhagavad Gita? See, if somebody take this philosophy, if this statement only, and thinking this is the summary of Bhagavad Gita, जो हुआ अच्छा हुआ, जो हो रहा है अच्छा हो रहा है, जो होगा वो अच्छा होगा. Whatever happened in past is good, whatever happening in present is good, whatever will happen in future is good. Okay, that is what this is. So if somebody takes that philosophy and somebody may misuse that philosophy, a child, example, a child failed in the exam and comes to father and tells his philosophy. Father, whatever happened is good. Okay. I got failed, that's okay. Whatever happened is good only. And father will also imagine if father says, oh, you think whatever happened is good and whatever is going to happen, whatever will happen is also good. So he slaps. See, you said whatever is happening is good, whatever happen will good. So this is also good only, right? And then he gives another slap. So whatever is happening is good. So that is not what Krishna is explaining in Bhagavad Gita. We have to understand what is Krishna saying, what is the root cause of problem. Yeah, for another example, let's say there was COVID few years back, and in the COVID so many people lost their lives, so many people lost their business, so many people were paying the rents for their offices and all, but they were not able to go to their offices, to their shops and work, and they are simply spending money but not able to earn anything. And if somebody takes this philosophy, whatever happened was good only, whatever happening is good only, whatever will happen will be good only. So it means whatever happened in COVID was all good. Somebody may argue, oh, is this the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita, what is being told? That everything is good only? How we see, how we relate everything in the bad situations also. So we need to understand the philosophy. And whatever is happening now currently in Bangladesh, in Iran, so is everything good? Then why to even talk about these things? जो हो रहा है अच्छा हो रहा है. So this is not the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita teaches whatever is happening is due to our own karma. Whatever wrong actions we may have performed in the past, whatever is happening now is the consequence of that. Whatever is wrong happening in this world is because of our own lust, anger and greed. Kam, krodh tatha lobh. Somebody has so much greed, and because of their greed there are so many problems in the world. So these are the problems, and we need to work on those. We need to fix those problems. That is what Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is not saying, show me any particular verse which can justify this statement. Jo hua अच्छा हुआ, जो हो रहा है अच्छा हो रहा है, जो होगा अच्छा होगा. We need to understand the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita and then relate it to the particular life situations. Why something is happening. Okay, so this is all happening because of our own karma. Krishna said, you have the right to perform your duty. Do not get attached to the results of your karma. So how do we really explain something bad happening in this world? Okay, before we get into those real world current situations, let's remember two very significant incidents from Krishna's time only. Okay, before Krishna's appearance, when Vasudeva and Devaki were in the prison house of Kamsa, one by one Devaki gave birth to 6 children. And those 6 sons of Devaki and Vasudeva were mercilessly killed by Kamsa by slashing, holding them from the feet and smashing them onto the stone. Now, if we say 6 sons of Devaki were killed, whatever happened was good only. No, we have to understand, yes, something wrong happened. Devaki and Vasudeva, they had to suffer. Seeing their own children killed in front of their own eyes, it's such a miserable experience, painful experience. And why did that happen? Okay, so Krishna had a bigger purpose to fulfill. We have to understand it from a broader perspective. Krishna has a bigger purpose to fulfill. So in this example, Krishna is going to appear to kill Kamsa, and for that Krishna is just preparing the stage that Kamsa has to collect enough bad karma. जैसे बोलते हैं ना कि जब पाप का घड़ा भर जाए. So for his sin to reach that stage where Krishna will personally come and destroy Kamsa, Krishna allowed this to happen. And these 6 sons of Devaki which were killed, they also had their previous some account, bank balance, the karma account. They were the sons of Marichi, the sage Marichi, who had first insulted Brahma, and then they were born as the sons of at the time of Hiranyakashipu, and it was predicted that you are going to be killed by your own father, okay, in the next lifetime. And that was who appeared as Kamsa, that demon who appeared as Kamsa, and these 6 personalities, they came as the sons of Devaki and Vasudeva and killed by Kamsa. And also these Shadgarbhas are related to as the 6 anarthas. Kama, Krodha, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsarya. That before Krishna can appear into the heart of Devaki and Vasudeva, before Krishna can appear into the heart of any living entity, these 6 anarthas have to be removed. Okay? So that is the Tattvic earth behind this, the implied meaning behind that. So there is a bigger picture which we need to understand. So even at the time of Krishna, this wrong thing happened, the bad thing happened, the 6 children of Devaki and Vasudeva being killed. So there is a bigger reason behind that. So to kill adharmic people, Krishna made them as an instrument, so they will come to a stage where now they will be destroyed. Second example from Mahabharata is Abhimanyu being killed in the war by a collective effort of all these warriors on the other side. Okay, Karna, Duryodhana, Dushasana, Drona, all they combined collectively, they killed Abhimanyu. Why did Krishna let that happen? That is also something which very ghastly, very bad happened at that time. Why Krishna let that happen? Krishna utilized Abhimanyu as an instrument. It's not that Abhimanyu had some previous account bank balance or something because of which he got killed in that way. Krishna just used Abhimanyu as an instrument to kill all the adharmic people on the other side. Why? Because there were so many people on the other side who were so much more powerful than Pandavas. Okay, Bhishma Pitama, Dronacharya, even Karna. Because before the war started, Krishna told Pandavas will not use any unjust means, any unfair means. But if Kauravas first took that unfair means, then they will also be killed by the same method. Shato Shatyam. Okay, by the unfair means. And it was not possible to kill Drona, Karna and all that in the fair war, because of their power in front of Pandavas. So Krishna used Abhimanyu as an instrument, sacrificed one to protect so many others, all the Pandavas, and to kill all these adharmic people. Now, if we relate that to any current world situation which is happening, let's say Bangladesh, attack on Hindus and all, Krishna may have a bigger plan behind that. Okay, all these people who are committing these attacks, these genocides and all that, they are painting their own bad picture in the world. Okay, that is the beginning of their destruction. People come to know how bad such people are, fanatic people, the radical people who doesn't want to live in peace and who do not want others to live in peace. So they are causing their own destruction. And people come to know more about Hinduism, Hindu culture, Sanatan Dharma, that they are such a peaceful community. And in a long run, even though somebody is losing their physical life, but in long run, Krishna is protecting these people. The way Krishna protected the 6 children of Devaki and Vasudeva, even though they were killed by Kamsa, but Krishna, in the ultimate sense, Krishna is protecting them. And Krishna brought them back also. Right? Later on, Devaki asked, I want to see my sons. And Krishna brought those sons back from Yampuri. So in the real sense, in front of our eyes, we may see, oh, these people are suffering, they are being killed, they are losing their life. Why Krishna is not protecting them? Krishna is using them as an instrument to fill the bad quota of these people, to cause their own destruction. And in the long run, in the real sense, Krishna is protecting these people. Krishna is protecting their bhakti. So that is the meaning here. We simply should not simplify the philosophy to such an extent, jo hua acha hua, whatever happened was good, whatever is happening is good, whatever will happen is good. That is a super simplification of the philosophy, not understanding the real philosophy. Okay, in the ultimate sense, yes, we should have a positive attitude, maintain that positivity, but understanding the philosophy. Ultimately, whatever happens is because of our own past misdeeds, because we are taking our dharma, our culture lightly, we are not following it, we are not protecting it properly. That's why these attacks are happening. Yeah. And there is another very beautiful story actually which I can tell, which will also explain this point, clarify this point. In 2011, okay, towards the end of 2011, in Russia, there was a court case. They wanted to, somebody put an appeal to ban Bhagavad Gita. What was the reason? Reason was somebody read this statement of 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. We are talking about 11th chapter today. That's why I thought it's relevant to discuss that. So in the 11th chapter, when Arjuna asked Krishna, hey, I'm becoming very afraid seeing this form. Who are you? And Krishna says, time I am, the destroyer of everybody. I have come here to kill everybody. Okay, so that is the translation of that verse which is there. And somebody read that verse and say, oh, this Hindu scripture, this Hindu book, Bhagavad Gita, is so extremist book. Here, there, God is telling, I am the destructor of everybody. I have come to destroy everybody. This is such an extremist, radical book. It should be banned. So somebody put an appeal in the court. And there was no Bhagavad Gita distribution happening in Russia. It was kind of put on pause, hold for some time. There was a court case going on. And this matter came into Indian embassy also, and they appealed against this. How can this book be banned? This is insult to Lord Krishna. They have not understood the real message, what Krishna is telling here. And there may be a problem the way this verse has been interpreted. Somebody has understood it. So ultimately what happened, even though we can say for short time in Russia, Bhagavad Gita was put on hold for it should not be distributed. Nobody should read Bhagavad Gita. But when this whole thing is going on, it went into news everywhere, into the papers, into the media, and all around the world people are building this curiosity. Hey, what is this Hindu scripture? What is this Hindu book named Bhagavad Gita, which is being discussed in that way? So everywhere else, people started building this curiosity. They wanted to read Bhagavad Gita. And that year, because it was around December time frame and we have a book marathon that time, everywhere else there was huge distribution of Bhagavad Gita. So in Russia, maybe the book distribution suffered for a few days, but everywhere else there was huge distribution of Bhagavad Gita and so many people came to know about Bhagavad Gita. And ultimately that case, that appeal was rejected in Russia also. So the point here is, in a short frame of time, in a particular place, we may say, oh, this is such a bad thing. But in a bigger picture, in a bigger spectrum, that turned out to be a positive thing, a good thing, which is more familiarity about Bhagavad Gita. More people came to know about this and they read Bhagavad Gita. So ultimately what happened? It turned out to be a positive thing. So same way, every situation in life, in a short span of time, we may see something happened bad. But if we really understand it, we should understand that ultimately Krishna had a bigger purpose, bigger motive behind this. That's why Krishna let that happen. Okay. So this is the overall summary of 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita with acronym Rupa, R-U-P-A, request of Arjuna to show the universal form, then the vision of the universal form, prayers of Arjuna, and then request of Arjuna again to see the armed forms as a four-armed form, and then the two-armed beautiful Shyamasundar form of Krishna. And two very beautiful instructions of Krishna. One is become an instrument, nimitta matra bhav svaya sachi, and second one is mat karma krit, work for me. Okay, so if we should utilize these instructions of Krishna in our life, spread this message of Krishna to everybody, bring more people in shelter of Krishna to make their lives better and make their lives sublime. Okay, so we'll stop here. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna. Let's see if there is any discussion, any questions. Hare Krishna. Vridhanya Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So I was just wondering, so I often hear that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not listed in the incarnations or something in Srimad Bhagavatam, but he is mentioned indirectly. So what does it really mean?
So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, see, in third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, or I think in the first canto, third chapter, where are so many incarnations of Krishna are explained as the direct incarnations or the expansions of Krishna. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not listed there. And generally speaking, when we speak of the Dashavatar, in that also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not mentioned. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Channavatar, okay? Incarnation of Krishna in a hidden form. Because he came for a particular purpose. He did not directly claim himself to be the Supreme Lord. He came as in the guise of a devotee. Okay, because his intention was to spread bhakti by himself practicing bhakti. So that was the motive behind. But so many other scriptures, even in Bhagavatam, in the 10th canto, indirectly it is mentioned that Krishna appears in the Kali Yuga, in the beginning of Kali Yuga, in the golden form. And then so many other Puranas, and even in the Vedas, there are so many different references which clarify that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself is also the Supreme Lord. He himself is Krishna. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. He is Radha and Krishna, not anybody else.
Right. Okay. Also, like, I just have one more. So does this mean that anybody else in the army did not like see Krishna as Virat Rupa?
No. Nobody else. Only Arjuna saw the universal form, and Sanjay was able to see, because Krishna gave Divya Chakshu to Arjuna only. Okay? Krishna did not give Divya Chakshu to anybody else, for them also to see this universal form, not to Bhishma Pitama, to Dronacharya or anybody. So nobody else was able to see, only Arjuna was able to see. All others were able to see the glaring effulgence only. That something is happening, there's all effulgence is there and nobody is able to see anything else. Just the great effulgence.
I see. Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes. Bhageshri Mataji, Manoj Prabhu, you have question?
Prabhu, like you said that Narayan also want to take Krishna's darshan. Like Narayan is different from Krishna? Like
no, it is Krishna's form only. Krishna expands in the form of Narayana. Right, so if we see the hierarchy, how it starts is, in the spiritual world, Krishna is there in his two-handed form. So from Krishna, the first expansion comes as Sankarshan. And from Sankarshan, the many other four-handed Vishnu forms come. So all these different forms in the Vaikuntha planets. Okay. So Shankh, Chakra, Gada, Padam, these are the four things which are held into the four-handed form. But with this different combination, okay, with the different arrangement, in which hand Shankha is, in which hand Gada is, in which hand Padma is, in which hand lotus, Shankh, Chakra, Gada, in which hand Gada is. So based on the different combination, there are different forms with different names. But so from Shankarshan, then it expands as into the form of Mahavishnu. And from Mahavishnu, it expands into the form of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. And Garbhodakshaya Vishnu expands into the form of Shirodakshaya Vishnu. Okay, so all these four-handed forms are also coming from Krishna, expanding from Krishna. So, but when they are present in this material world, let's say Mahavishnu is there lying onto the causal ocean. Okay, and then Mahavishnu enters into each universe as Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Okay, that is the four-handed form, Narayana form, which we know, which we call simply as Vishnu. Okay, so that is Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. So even though Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is expanded from Krishna, but he is there in the universe, in this material world. And he, when Krishna personally descends into this material world, even Narayana want to see. He want to take darshan of Krishna.
Prabhuji, then why everyone says that Ram and Krishna was Vishnu's avatar. Like that's what common we heard right
Yes.
from child.
Yes, that is a very common question. When we start understanding this in more detail, this is a very common question. People say our general understanding is Krishna, Vishnu, and all the other incarnations are incarnations of Vishnu. Okay, now you guys are telling Vishnu is incarnation of Krishna. So, because we have heard it so many times, and we are not able to digest the difference now, right? The other way. And this question comes so often. But the point is, Krishna is the fountainhead of all the incarnations. Even Vishnu comes from Krishna. But when Krishna appears in this material world, Krishna appears through Vishnu. Okay? So any pastime you read, what it shows is Bhumi Devi, she is tortured by the Asuric powers, and Bhumi Devi approaches the demigods. Then they all go to Brahma, and Brahma, taking all the demigods with Mother Earth, he approaches Lord Vishnu. Because that is the most they can approach. So they approach Lord Vishnu, Garbhodaksha Vishnu, and they pray, please do something. Please help us. There is so much of adharma expanding. And Vishnu says, I will expand, I will come. Okay, the Lord will appear to solve all your problem. Because they approach to Lord Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu has told them assurance that I will come, the incarnation of the Lord will appear. So even though Krishna is coming in this material world, it is considered that it is expansion of Vishnu. That Vishnu has appeared in his incarnation into this material world. So originally, Krishna is the fountainhead of all the incarnations. In this material world, he appears, he descends through Vishnu. So Vishnu, the people approached Vishnu, and then Vishnu made a request further. Please do something, please come. Okay? So Krishna and Vishnu, we should understand it like Vishnu is the form of the same Lord while in the office. And Krishna is the same Lord at his home. Okay? So Vishnu is in the office, he is maintaining the affairs of this material world. Whenever any problem comes, demigod approach Vishnu. And Krishna is at the home. Okay? He is with two-handed form, just enjoying with the devotees, okay, playing with his devotees. So just like a police officer, when the police officer goes in his office, he is wearing all his police dress, okay, having that revolver and the stick and all that. He is in his full that uniform. And the same police officer, when goes at home, he removes his dress and put on the hanger, and then he is in a relaxed cloth and just playing with his son and spending time with wife and his parents and family and all that. So it's in one sense it's the same Supreme Lord, but being present at his home versus being present in the office. So one sense we should not make any such discriminations that okay, Krishna, Rama, Vishnu, they are all same tattva, right? He is the Supreme Lord, coming in his different expansions. So that was made as a simplistic representation for the common people to understand that yes, there is Lord Vishnu and these are the different incarnations which has appeared time to time to save the devotees, to kill the demoniac.
And one more question, Prabhu. Like, who was Sanjay? Like, no one can see this avatar, like, or this form of universal form of Krishna.
Yes.
Then how come Sanjay? Like, because we, as far as my knowledge, like, we don't know too much about Sanjay. Only he comes into picture where he was telling all the live commentary to Dhritarashtra. There where he comes. Like, who was he and how can he come? He see that.
So Sanjay was disciple of Vyasadeva. Now also Sanjay was the chariot driver of Dhritarashtra. Okay. So Sanjay was given special blessings by his guru Vyasadeva indirectly to show mercy on Dhritarashtra, because Vyasadeva wanted to give this special vision to Dhritarashtra. Okay, Vyasadeva said, okay, you are bent upon this war, you don't want to make a peace negotiation with the Pandavas. I will give you a special vision so you yourself can witness this whole destruction happening. Okay, you are the responsible for this, and you should see what is happening because of you, all this destruction. And Dhritarashtra said, I have been blind all my life, I was not able to see anything, and now I don't want to see this also, killing of all the whole family lineage. So if you want to really give this vision, you give it to Sanjay. So Sanjay can explain to me what is happening. So Sanjay was the servant of Dhritarashtra, the chariot driver, and he received special blessings from Vyasadeva to be able to see whatever all is happening. So now with the advancement of science, right, we say we have televisions where we can see the live programs happening far away from somewhere else. You can see the live cricket match happening in any part of the world on your TV screen in your home. What is that? That is also in one sense same thing what Sanjay was seeing sitting in the room of Dhritarashtra. It's like this whole live telecast is happening on the screen here in front of him. So that was the special scientific advancement given by Vyasadeva at that time for him to be able to witness that. Okay?
Okay. Yeah, okay, got it. Thank you so much.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Ridhanya Mataji, you have any other question?
Yeah, so actually in second canto, like I think in the beginning, towards the end of first canto, I don't actually remember it, but there are so many descriptions of the forms of Supreme Lord, right? Like for understanding the Supreme Lord, the materialistic people, like for them to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes he's described like his veins are the rivers in the material world, and sometimes his veins are something else. I don't really remember it, but are they also universal forms?
In one sense, yes. That is also kind of as a description of his Virata Roop, that everything what we see in the material world is manifestation of the Supreme Lord. We can see the Supreme Lord in many different aspects, and this rivers and mountains, all this being, let's say all these trees and all, being as the hair on the body of the Lord. Okay, so as a description of the universal form of the Lord, for us to appreciate, to see the Supreme Lord everywhere.
Okay. Although they are described in a different way for
Right.
different people to understand.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Also, like Krishna is always young, right? I mean, like his. So is that the eternal form, or any two-handed form is the? I mean, is there a separate thing called eternal form, or any two-handed form is
Krishna's
eternal
form is eternal only. When Krishna appears in this material world, he appears in his eternal form, in the same form only. Okay, so there is no difference in Krishna's form. It's not that Krishna is accepted as a material form like us. Krishna's form is not material like our forms.
Mm-hmm.
He grows, he appears as a child, then he grows to a certain age, but he doesn't grow beyond that. As Prabhupada writes in many places that Krishna remains as a 16-year-old youth, Kishore Avastha. Okay, he remains ever youthful, ever fresh. So that is the eternal form of Krishna.
Okay, got it. Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, anything else? Okay, if not, then we will end it here. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai,
Hare Krishna.
Ananta
Jai.
Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai.